Morning, guys. It's day 7 of the 1K challenge, and I am happy to report, on the one hand, that I've managed to reach the challenge, finishing day $525 in the green. On the other hand, it was another terrible day of trading. So, let me tell you why. Okay, the first trade that I took this morning was at 9:30 was CBLI. Now, here's the chart. I got in here, and the reason why I traded very poorly today, and I'm actually quite angry at myself, is because, yes, while I came out in the red, in the green, I should say, I held through a lot of red. So I bought 2,000 shares here, I think it was, yeah, 2,000 shares at $2.37. Then I just saw it plummet straight away, pretty much. Now, this is why I need to do another challenge, because this is just not realistic. I mean, I wouldn't normally be holding through this much pain, and I will show you how much pain I went through. So I bought again here. I averaged down, which I do very rarely, but this is probably a lesson why I shouldn't do it, even though it worked out well. It's probably a bad lesson that it did work out well. I think I got in another 1,000 shares here at $2.09, and then I built up my order to full size. Another 2,000 shares at 238. So I was holding something like, what is it? 5,000, 7,000, 8,000 shares, which for my account size isn't bad. It's okay. Because I was expecting it to surge late, which it did. But, I'm not sure now. I mean, is my trading going well because I can come out of these in the green? Or am I just getting really fluky and lucky and I'm going to blow up my account very soon? I tend to think it's the latter, although it's nice to think it's the former. But, trading's not easy, and I'm really going to have to, walk away from my PC today. It's only 10:26 that I'm recording this. I'm going to take a break. I'm probably going to go for a long walk. I'm going to think about exactly what I did, and tomorrow I'm going to start a new challenge, and I'll write on my blog exactly what that challenge will be. So visit daytradearcade.com if you would like to see what the challenge will be, because I'm definitely not ready to trade real money, even though I've had 7 straight up days and I've broken just under $1,500. Definitely not something I would consider doing long term. Anyway, so I got in here, 3 purchases, and I got in here as it broke through the kind of pre-market highs. So that was CBLI. The next trade I took, actually I was in the middle of 2 trades at the same time, and that didn't help either. You can see I bought HTGM just 3 minutes after CBLI, so I was already in CBLI. So HTGM, I was watching this pre-market. I mean, this looked pretty solid. I thought, okay, slight pullback here, surge up, slight pullback, kind of holding. But then as it kind of lost these gains, I thought, yeah, I'm not sure about it. But then, once again, just after, was it 9:12 or 9:10 a.m., it seemed to kind of have a bit of a small spike. So I thought, okay, I'll keep watching this. Now, straight out of the open, this thing surged. Sorry, I think it fell and then it surged up. And it popped up on my alert scanner. And I probably wouldn't have got in if it hadn't broken pre-market highs of, I think, was it 782 or thereabouts. But because it kind of was around $7 at the market open, I figured it's probably not going to get to $8 in the first couple of minutes or first 5 minutes of market open. So I'll get in a bit earlier. That was my first mistake. I should have stuck to my guns. I should have said no. Unless this breaks pre-market high, I'm not interested. But I got caught up in the hype, and I bought 1,000 shares, I think it was. Yeah, 1,000 shares here. And so I sold 800, 935 here, and then I sold the rest, if I'm correct, here. So anyway, I mean, this was just terrible. Just terrible. It was just pure greed. Chasing, FOMO, wanted part of the action. Definitely not the way to trade consistently for profits over the long term. So a lot of lessons to take out of this one. And the third one is Trove, which is here. So you can see my P&L. So HTGM, which was the first trade, $788 loss. Trove, which is, I'm going to explain this one now, was $343. and CBLI 1656 in the green. So Trove, what happened with Trove? So I was in the chat, I was listening to the moderator, and I thought, you know, this looks okay. We saw this nice kind of surge upwards. I was looking at some of the data on it. It looked to have good volume coming in, which you can obviously see quite clearly here. And I thought, it's not that extended, I'll have a go at it. And I got in here, I think $1.20 or $1.21 thereabouts. Averaged down again here. Thinking, you know, we might come back up. But I mean, these long weeks should have just told me the story. Indecision. This is indecision. There's nothing else. And I could have held on, because actually it wasn't going that much against me, in the sense that I had a stop loss at $1.13, I think it was. No, I had a stop loss at $1.10. So I was happy to hold this up until $1.10. So it never really got to my stop loss, but that's not good enough just to hold through it. I was going to hold it a little bit longer, but I saw that I was already up for the day. I was in the green. I didn't want to do anything silly, reckless, and I just got out of my position. So let me just tell you one other thing before I just show you the progress chart, and that is this. This HTGM trade, no, sorry, my mistake, CBLI trade, this one here. So had I not been greedy, when I bought here and it went up to just under $2.50, I was expecting the break of $2.50. I was up around $160, $170 at it when it was at $2.48. I could have, should have, would have sold it, should have taken the profits, and that would have been my challenge complete. I would have been very happy, because I wouldn't have taken any considerable risk. I wouldn't have held through any pain, and it would have been a solid day's disciplined trading. So what I'm making now is discipline. That's why I'm going to walk away. I'm going to have a really long, hard look at myself, really analyze exactly what it is I'm doing, because this ain't going to work once I start trading for real, that's for sure. So I should have taken profits here, and I would have been fine and out. But that didn't happen. So the progress bar, so here we go. The challenge is over. Made $525 today for a total of just under $1,500 net after 7 days of trading. So it's a nice looking chart, but I can tell you right now that if you followed any of my previous days videos, especially the last 3 days, you can see that my net profit has pretty much doubled from its previous days. That's because I started using bigger size and being a little bit more, I guess, experimental and a little bit more, I'm not sure confidence is the right word, it's probably ego, but I just wanted to see how things would work out. So as you can tell, they did work out, but the reason why I'm pretty unhappy with how I traded is this. Let me show you my my drawdown. So this is my intraday drawdown. So this is where I was holding through. I mean, at one stage I was down $1,700, and yes, I came back and I finished in the green, and it looks pretty rosy, but you know, underneath the surface there's a bit of a fundamental issue here, and this is the second day in a row I've had my drawdown up on screen, just to show everybody that this is not the way a good trader trades. This is for someone that's going to blow up in the near future. And the question to myself is, am I getting lucky because I'm picking the right stocks, but I'm just getting in too early? Because the last 2 or 3 days would suggest that I am picking the right stocks, because they do come around, but I'm just 5 or 10 minutes early. So does that mean that I should just wait 10 minutes, 15, and then buy when they do turn around? Or am I just getting very fluky lucky and it's going to end very, very soon? So this next challenge I'm going to be doing is going to show you exactly that, because the next challenge I do, which will be my last challenge before I go live, is going to contain some fundamental rules. One being that if I am down my max loss, whether it's unrealized, I will cut the trade. Whether it's realized, I will stop trading for the day. I think that's going to be a bit more realistic than what this is. Mind you, I'm still a new trader. I've been trading pretty much only for 5 months in total, and that includes just I think 2 or 3 months of live trading. So I've definitely got a lot to learn. I wouldn't be very bad on myself in the sense that it was a total write-off, because yes, I learned a lot about my own risk-taking approach and my own way of trading. So I'm beginning to look for my niche and find my niche, which is obviously important to everybody, because you cannot just copy or follow anybody. And just coincidentally, I want to just tell you one more thing. For the last 2 months, I've been following a chat room where my results were very hit and miss. And it wasn't going anywhere. And once I stopped subscribing to that chat room, things improved dramatically. So this is the first day that I stopped subscribing. And this is the day, coincidentally, that I decided to start the challenge. So obviously I'm doing something right, because I'm not having these hit and miss days. But, you know, whether it's my ego talking, taking big size, maybe, I think it is, I need to scale down, but I certainly need to go and look under the hood and see exactly what's happening fundamentally wise. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. Thank you for being part of the challenge. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how it all went and unraveled. And visit my blog for my next challenge, which I will start tomorrow. That challenge will be a bigger dollar amount. It's going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit more realistic, I think, definitely from my perspective. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys there. And if you have any questions, please shoot me off an email at bart@daytradearcade.com, or visit my blog and leave me any comments you wish to do so. I will reply to everyone, because I am a beginner. I know what it feels like, and not every guru or guru out there is going to help us. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and speak soon. Cheers.